I'd wanted, since I watched The Last Jedi, I just wanted Reylo. Yeah, and then so it's literally been like 15 minutes since I finished watching The Rise of Skywalker at the cinemas, and initially I planned to make my review like the day after when the lighting was all good and stuff, because I watched it kind of late at night and now my room light's on and everything is, the lighting's all off. But I really just but then I decided that I should make this review now and talk about all my feelings while they're all fresh in my mind, because I have so many things to say, and yeah, it's really weird. Like, I was so excited to watch this movie and I liked it, but I just feel so empty now. I feel empty after everything and there's so much to say. So yeah, be warned, this video will have spoilers, obviously, so if you haven't seen the movie, don't spoil yourself. Watch it. You can't be spoiled for this. Okay, let's begin. So if you're new to my channel, I made this video about why Reylo should be a thing in The Rise of Skywalker, because it was me just saying that I really wanted Reylo, as in Kylo Ren and Rey, to be a thing in The Rise of Skywalker. And I mean, I kind of got my wish, but I didn't want it like this. I really didn't want it like, I didn't want it like this, you know? I didn't want it like this. Okay, here's the thing. The thing is, one of the things that kind of irritated me about this movie was that I feel like there was no sacrifices actually being made. The movie's in the middle of a war, right? So you feel like there's going to be losses and casualties, but there didn't seem to be. Like, for example, you thought that Chewie was dead, but then he turns out to be alive. You think that what's his face? C-3PO is about to lose all of his memories, and that's a sacrifice he's willing to make to, you know, make the war, like, win the war, but that doesn't seem to be the case either. And then there's like that fight, that epic fight that Kylo Ren and Rey have in the water, whatever. My mind is all scrambled, so I'm not going to be very eloquent, but then again, when am I? I'm never eloquent. Anyway, the point is, so yeah, and then Rey like stabs Kylo Ren, and I was worried there for a second. I was like, no, but I knew that she would use her power to share her life with Kylo Ren, because you know how early in the movie she saved that random snake for some reason? Like, that was so random, right? The only reason the writer would put it there is to set up and show that this is a power, this is a thing that Rey can do, so later it would make sense and it wouldn't be like some sort of cop-out, right? That's the technique being used. Anyway, so you think that you think that Kylo Ren's gonna die, but he isn't. So all these sacrifices, right? They're not really sacrifices. Like, there's not really any true losses, right? And this was kind of irritating, okay? And I was like, okay, fine. I mean, I understand that, like, of course I don't want the characters to die, but I'm just saying it feels a little bit cheap, I guess. But like, I wasn't too annoyed at it. It was just something that I kind of was a little bit irked at. I just picked up on it, but like, it wasn't a bad thing. And then, for Christ's sake, but then there was the climax, and I was like, oh no, all these sacrifices that have kind of been fake sacrifices, are they actually going to be real sacrifices now? Because when Rey died, I honestly thought they were going to keep her dead. Like, honestly, because, you know, the hero dies sometimes. Like, it's not common, but it's not unheard of. Like, a lot of stories do it to leave a really powerful impact and show like the sacrifice of the hero and how winning the war is like more important than the hero's life. And I honestly thought that Rey was gonna die. I honestly thought that she would stay dead. And then Kylo Ren came back, and of course, one of my first, well, okay, so Kylo Ren like fell off a thing before that, and I didn't really register it because I feel like the movie skimmed so quickly over that. So I feel like even the movie kind of indicated that it wasn't a true death, because otherwise they would have created some space to make like a true emotional impact on the audience. So since the movie skimmed quickly over Kylo Ren falling into the air, so yeah, so we know that he's not dead. Anyway, I honestly thought Rey was gonna die, and I was really shocked. And just the visuals, it was shocking, like, to just see her be dead like that. But then Kylo Ren comes back, and you have a glimmer of hope. And then you know what he's going to do when he goes to Rey and like he pulls her in. You know what he's going to do, and he's going to save her. And I was like, you know what? I don't care about any of these fake sacrifices. Have as many fake sacrifices as you want, writers, as you want, J.J. Abrams. Yes, do it, because I just want a happy ending for these two people. And then, okay, so then there was a scene where like Rey is she's getting her life back, and that scene kind of reminded me of Tangled. I'm going to be honest, like, you know, when Flynn Rider and Rapunzel are like in that tower, and it's just kind of that same kind of pose, and it's that same kind of reviving the other person. Anyway, and then okay, and then Rey comes to life, and there's like, in the audience there was just so much relief. And I was so happy, and you know, it was just like that Tangled scene because they're in each other's arms, and you know, Reylo happened. For everything that I'm gonna say, I have to say that I'm pleased because Reylo happened, because it did, and Rey looked so happy, and so did Kylo Ren. He smiled. I mean, I don't think he's ever smiled in the series. I mean, maybe he has. I'm not like the biggest fan. I'm just kind of obsessed with the Reylo thing, as you will see in this video. So Kylo Ren and Rey, yeah, so they're happy. And then I already knew it was gonna happen before it happened, and then they kissed, and like, in the audience, everyone responded. It's actually really cool to go to a cinema that way, because you'd not only get your family's responses, like the people that you went with, but you also get everyone else's reactions, and there was just like this little gasp amongst the audience, which was really nice, and I was so happy. I was like, this is what I wanted. I am so pleased. I was so happy. That's all I wanted. Since I watched The Last Jedi, I just wanted Reylo. Yeah, and then okay. Then Kylo Ren died. And it wasn't a fake death this time. And it wasn't a fake sacrifice. It was a real death. It was a real death. Because he disappeared and his clothes started going down because his body wasn't in them. And then Leia left as well. Like, her body disappeared. Why? Okay. You know what? I just wanted a happy ending. I don't care how cliche that is. I don't care about all of my past complaints in this video about how in war, you know, people die and you have to have casualties, blah 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 blah. You know what? That's all out of the window. I just wanted a happy ending. Forget all my morals about story writing or whatever, blah blah blah. I don't care. I just wanted a Disney happy ending, and you know what? This was a Disney movie. Wrap it up in whatever fancy package you want. This should have been a fairy tale. I mean, okay, obviously not, but you know what? Why? I mean, why? And also another complaint that I have is that why did Kylo Ren look like a hobo when he was coming to the place? I can't even remember the facts of the film anymore, of the plot, you know what? But if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Like, after he gets stabbed by Rey, he like gets rid of all his super cool, this costume. Ow! Ow! I just got stabbed. So he gets rid of that costume, and then he's just in this, okay, he's like in this weird, like, undershirt with a hole in it, and sorry, this is like a little thing that I'm complaining about, but he looked like a hobo. Like, why couldn't they make him look cool and badass? I'm just saying. Also, you know, another thing that never got cleared up, I'm just realizing, is that Finn never said what the thing was. What was he gonna say to Rey? That was one thing I was wondering, because I was wondering, are they gonna pick up the Finn/Rey thing? So, in preparation for watching The Rise of Skywalker, I rewatched The Force Awakens, and in that film, like, the Finn/Rey thing, it's pretty strong, if you know what I mean. Like, it's pretty laid on. Of course that changed in The Last Jedi, but I'm just saying, like, were they gonna bring that back? Because if they were, I was gonna be heavily opposed to that, because it's Rey and Kylo Ren all the way. It's Reylo all the way. So when he was talking about how he wanted to tell Rey something, that's what I was wondering about. And I mean, but they never even answered that question anyway, so, but yeah. Yeah. Overall, I liked the film. Yeah. It's just, it was so emotional that I feel like I can't properly process it right now. Yeah, it was good. Like, I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. There are a couple of complaints, but I don't want to be that complaining person, you know? I want to be grateful for the movie that I had, because I'm grateful for the Reylo thing. And I'm grateful for certain aspects of the film, although, I don't know, maybe I just had really high hopes after The Last Jedi. Maybe it's just the 2 years since I watched The Last Jedi, where my expectations have, like, evolved so much in my head, and I kind of, I'm not able to appreciate the movie, but like I did like it. I thought, I mean, I liked the storyline. I liked how it was like a quest kind of storyline at the beginning with Rey and the crew. I like how there was like a hunt, like Kylo Ren was hunting her. I did, personally, okay, so I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so the originals, prequels, blah blah blah. Personally, I don't really like the Palpatine thing. I mean, maybe that's just because I'm a new fan and I don't really have any nostalgia for the Star Wars films, because I like the originals because I watched them like once or whatever, but this is just me being picky. But I feel like the storyline was kind of inconsistent regarding Rey's parentage, because they said that her parents were nothing, but later they kind of said, oh yeah, your parents were nothing, they made themselves nothing. I feel like that was just them trying to cover their tracks and say, oh, you know, now you're Palpatine's granddaughter. Also, another thing that I want to point out is that when you saw Rey's parents and you saw Jodie Comer there, I just turned to my sister and I was like, oh, because it's Villanelle, it's Jodie Comer. That was really cool. I really liked that. But at the same time, like, maybe, I don't know, I just think they should have had everything cleared out better, if that makes sense, like the whole series planned out, because it seemed to me that it was very disjointed and very made up as it went along, which maybe it was, and that's okay, but it was kind of weird. Like, it felt like the story was never really going in one direction, if that makes sense, because the whole Palpatine as the evil enemy was only brought up like in this last movie, and I feel like it should have been foreshadowed more, if that makes sense. And a lot of things should be foreshadowed more and made more consistent. This is just a personal opinion of mine, because I feel like the writing, like, I mean, I know it's really easy to critique the writing when you're just a viewer, but I'm still saying the writing just felt kind of weird, and they had different writers, and I mean, that's totally fine, but I just feel like there should have been some more consistency and maybe planning. I mean, it was fun, and I was so excited to watch it. I've been excited to watch it since The Last Jedi, and I remember when I finished The Last Jedi, I was just beginning year 11 that year, and I've been looking forward for this movie for ages, and now I finished year 12 anyway. But like, after I finished The Last Jedi, I was like, I can't believe I'm going to finish 2 years of schooling, I'm going to finish high school, I would have finished year 12, I would have done all of that by the time I watched the movie. So not only is this kind of emotional, as in the movie made me emotional, but it just reminds me that these 2 years of my life has passed, and it might make me sound kind of crazy that I've been fixated on this movie for like 2 years. I mean, not like obsessively fixated, it's been at the back of my mind, but I have just been so invested in seeing how this trilogy played out, and how this series ended. And I mean, I'm glad that my wish came true, but why? Why? I just wanted a happy ending. That's all I wanted. Why? Why? The ending was really nice, and I did wonder, like, what were they going to do with this whole title, The Rise of Skywalker? Because, you know, the Skywalker family died out, but Rey, she's a Skywalker, and that's cool. I liked how that finished. But you know what? She could have continued that line with Kylo Ren. Come on. Come on, they couldn't, oh, come on. Imagine if they had children. The children would be so powerful. I mean, okay, maybe that's a little bit dangerous for the galaxy, but I'm just saying, it would have been so nice. It is good though that Kylo Ren did, you know, redeem himself. I feel shell-shocked. I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go on the internet and read everything I can about the Rise of Skywalker, because this video, just to preface, hasn't been influenced by anything. I meticulously didn't look for any spoilers, didn't even watch interviews, didn't even read the comments of the trailers, like nothing for filming this video and for watching the movie. So I haven't read any reviews because I feel like sometimes reviews can influence your own opinion before you express your opinion. So yeah, I didn't do any of that. But now I will and see what everyone else is thinking, and yeah, I'm gonna try and distract myself from kind of the hollowness of it, I feel, and the sadness, but also try and focus on how good it was, and it was fun, and yeah, okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.